Hello and welcome in. My name is DrumRollTony. I'm a streamer on Twitch, musician and music teacher living in Seattle. This video goes out to Sebastian. It's their Patreon request. We're checking out music from Xenoblade 3. This is Kaleidoscopic Core. I'm excited. Let's go. Oh, that's nice. Cool. Okay. Nice development. That's a very musical opening section here. A lot of things happening in a symphonic setting. I dig the beginning swell here. This kind of orchestral cluster sound here in the brass and the release of it. Check it out real quick. This like crash cymbal release, it feels more than just a cymbal though. It's like almost like a broken glass sound and it just kind of like exuberates out. It's quite nice. It sets the tone. I like the fact that the piece starts this way because we immediately go into that two-note ostinato, and it's something very different. Is a different feeling there. Just one more time on the cluster chord here, crescendoing. Ignore the 4 on the floor, the bass drum. The tempo is obviously the one good thing about the bass drum is it really gives us where tempo is going to be. We're nowhere moving, and it sets us up really good into da 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 da. But just take away the drums for a second. I just think it gives it a lot of shape and contour. Okay, one more time. We'll let it go into the two-note groupings here, and we'll talk about that. And then we get a little lick there. That's pretty cool. So the string section, you know, at first I thought they're going to be just super percussive like, but then we get some context within the melodic sense. And it's very cool because underneath that, we do have some callbacks in the low brass, kind of giving a shout back to that cluster chord we just had with some low end swells, and obviously the toms are playing around and doing what we percussionists do. We're adding some elements there. There's a callback. There's more lyrical in the line. That time you got a little guitar with it. It gets a little rough around the edges as far as the swell goes. Back up seconds here. Then suddenly you get this background vocal, but the main theme comes in. Bum, bum, ba-dum, bum, bum, bum. That's very cool because I was so invested in da-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-da-dee-dee. That was really kind of where the headspace was. And I was like, well, it's probably going to go somewhere. We're going to get some theme development here, which we do. So now let's clue into that and then see where that goes. Guitar starts coming in. It's getting real gritty now. And then we get the gliss in the bass, and then it's straight up just boom, ba, ba, boom, ba, and the bass player is digging in, and we have a lot more guitar presence. So we had a very kind of like symphonic opening, a lot of questions. I was like, whoa, where is this heading? And then it tells us by 25 seconds, we definitely know. Okay, I'm going to go back about 6 seconds here, and we'll let it go on to the next section. Thanks for being patient and hanging out. There was just a lot to talk about in this beginning section. Good string lines there. Big fatty triplets. Yeah, man. Very cool. Okay, let's go back and talk. That was a huge chunk. A lot of things going on. There was so much emphasis on ensemble hits. Everyone, so we just kind of anticipate the downbeat because that hit is all lining up. It's on the of 4 and it's coming before the downbeat. The placement doesn't really, if you just listen, you don't really need to know where the placement is. That's, you know, that's for the music folks. That's all fine. Just know that it's designed to really push and anticipate where we're going instead of just being so square in the box of everything lining up on downbeats. This is nice, you know, and ensemble hits and figures are very, very normal in the music world. It's a lot of fun to read. It's a lot of fun to play. And yeah, let's go back and appreciate this. This is a pretty big chunk here. Nice setup by the drums to get that ensemble hit. Also a normal thing to do. The drummer is always setting the band up, or in this case, more of a showcase of a symphonic group. But the role and the principles are the same. So now, what's going on here? Well, the violins come in. You know, we have a string section with the main melody, and we have some nice ba-ba-ba-ba-bum-bum callback. Just really good phrasing, really good writing here. It's beautiful. And the other thing that should be, I'm sure it's blatantly obvious, is listen to the difference in the bass player now. Really just camping out on the roots, driving force. Remember, the issuers of tempo and groove is controlled by 2 people. And well, in a traditional band setting, 2 people, the bassist and the drummer. The percussion section, the bassist is really another variation of the percussionist, and the drummer is kind of another variation of the bassist. It's a really close knit world. And the more aligned those players' brains are and understanding like how they fit in that role together, you get great stuff like this happening, because you don't have to have a million notes happening for that groove to be so solid. It's quite simple in rhythm, right? It's cool. It drives. It pushes forward. Again, one time, and we'll talk about some other aspects. That should be abundantly clear now. If it wasn't before, when you're listening down though, so you can really like see in your kind of in your mind's eye like how those layers are just really glued together, and it makes for great support. Because if you unglue those layers, you know, like, well, what happens if you have like kind of a loosey-goosey bass player? They don't really line up with the percussion section. The groove is lost. That's when things get like, you know, when you go somewhere, there's like, you know, you go like, it's a club or like what, I don't know what your settings are for social stuff, but when everyone's dancing, you look out and you listen to the music that's going, and you see like, good dancer, huh? What's going on there? Whoa, what's that? That's kind of the equivalent, right? Like if you unglue folks in the rhythm section and like their interpretations of where the groove are or time has got to be something super, super internal. That's kind of like the best analogy I can give to you. It's like, it's there. They're on the dance floor. Things are happening. And this is not bagging on anyone that maybe like, you know, struggles with like where you're at. You know what? We're tangenting. But the point is, it kind of works like that. Like you can still be playing music, but if you're not in the pocket and not in time, things they might kind of work, but they're not going to work, if that makes sense. So I feel like we kind of explored around the chord progression a little different there. We set some new things up, a lot of hits on the of 4 there, bringing us in, really driving forward movement, and then now we're going to this halftime kind of groove, and that's kind of obligatory. We see it used all the time. Cool progression, man. It's great. Oh, bass is digging in. Oh, that's so gorgeous the way the ba-da-dee. I'm not singing it right. Yeah, whatever. It's all good. But you can hear the descent level there, that little lick that's going on. It's gorgeous. Oh, yeah, man. Big resolution, yeah. Woo! Did you hear that? Bass player camping out and then piano just going way up, arpeggiating the whole thing. Let's grab that again. That was very cool. Nice display of lyricism there. very interesting. We kind of stopped in the middle of that phrase there, but hey, it's this channel. What's new? Do you like the mix of that guitar solo? I do not, because why? The guitarist is great, but you can't almost not tell because it's mixed so freaking low, man. Like, I get it. Like, it's cool to feature everything, but if you're gonna like give someone a solo voice for a moment, we want to make sure that they're in an audio place where you really can perceive that. If we go back about 20 seconds. We have a lot to there's a lot of competition. Jump, bump, bump. This is the groove that's being played by percussion, the end of the bass here, and it sounds like low end strings too. And then you got all the stuff happening above it, like not listening to the solo yet. All these things above in the higher voices. Like high woodwinds and string stuff against that bump, 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 bump. It's cool. That's a cool little groove, like a little bit of syncopation there. But then you have someone ripping on this like kind of like really rock heavy guitar feature. We'll listen to the whole guitar feature right now. But I would just like that to be bumped up a little bit, or you just pull, you know, right in your sheet music there, like, hey, mezzo piano, maybe not continue playing forte because you're going to feature somebody, but you can control all this stuff after the fact in like mixing and stuff. But maybe, you know, maybe they said, you know what, we want to do this feature, but we don't want them prominent. And it's most likely on purpose. I'm just merely articulating a personal preference and more of a normal approach for when you feature solo artists, but you know, it's cool. Good playing. Ooh, I like that. Ba-doom-dum-bam. That's cool. I like the transitional out of that. No, I'm going to double down and say I'm not a fan of that dynamic, the control there. It just, you're not, trust me, if you're the player and you hear the final product, you'd be like, oh, yeah, man, that sounded rad in my headphones. How come I'm not like, why am I not bumped up in that mix? That's honestly a little bit confusing to me. Also, I'm not a sound engineer, dude. I'm just a musician. I'm more the person. Yeah, it's just, these are all just opinions. Here we go. Yeah, you can hear that. Oh, nice. Oh, basses, let's go. All right, we got to give the basses some love, though. Okay, so we've migrated here. Remember at the beginning? I'm not singing the rap progression, but it doesn't matter. You understand. We primarily this groove. We really set us up for rhythmic success. But now they get, so I'm sure in their part, they're like, all right, dig in. You can be a little bit more spatial. You can kind of like walk and connect all the progression here. And it sounds really, really good because rhythmically it's still in the pocket. Tonally, it's connecting the chord progressions and the chord changes. It's working well. And then the drummer is going, you can hear the sticks on the bell, the ride cymbal, and it just digging in, man. It really, that's 250. Let's go back to 230. Listen down to the bassist. It is a gorgeous line going on. It's coming. There it is. Hell yeah, man. More? They're echoing the same kind of 60-note triplet rhythms that the drummer was playing earlier. You just can't really hear it that well. And it feels at that point, it's like two guitarists trading back and forth. It's pretty sick, but I'm like straining down to that level to hear it. I'm legit confused. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's on purpose. I just don't understand why. That's 311. Let's go back to 3. We'll take it out. I still love the piece of music. We're just talking about levels here and just making sure we set up all the musicians for success so the listeners can grab all the elements of compositionally what is included here. But all right, let's finish it out here. Sorry, those are the 30-second notes. Those are not 60-note triplets. My bad, my bad. Ooh, I love it. No downbeat. There it is. Cool. Huge crescendo in the snare drum supporting all this stuff. It was kind of nice to hear that that section in the strings when it was isolated because you removed all the other layers. So I feel like you totally understand my take on it as far as that dynamically speaking in the mix. Compositionally, it was very enjoyable. I liked all the material that happened within there. So let me know what you think about it. And I'm curious, do you even like... There's not really a right or wrong answer to this. Do you care about the mix? Is that something that interests you? Or is it like, it's fine. It's not really an interest point of me. There's no right or wrong answer. I'm just kind of curious where you stand on that. My name is DrumRollTony. Catch me when I'm live on Twitch. Link for all the socials down in the video description below. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Please and thank you. Click that like button. Subscribe to the channel so you can catch the next video. YouTube thinks you'd like one of these 2 videos next. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.